Hello everyone. In today's lesson we will cover indirect variation. As the direct variation we already covered in my previous video. For that link you can check in my description. So today we will learn about indirect variation. Indirect variation, as the name suggests, if we have two quantities like x and y. So in that case what will happen, if x increases, then in that case y decreases, as they are in indirect variation, and vice versa, like if y increases x decreases. Let's take one example for that. Suppose we have a car and it has to cover a 60 kilometer. The distance is constant in that. So we will understand this example by taking different speed. So depending upon the speed, how the time will vary, we will check in this example. Suppose first of all the speed of the car is 5 km per hour. So in that case the time taken will be, as we know, time is equal to distance by speed. This is a formula to calculate the time. So time will be, distance we have 60, speed is 5, so it means time will be 12 hours. Now let's take, if car is running or moving at the speed of 10 km per hour. In that case time will be how much? Distance is 60 km only, but we are only changing the speed. So time taken will be 6 hours. Next, suppose now the speed of car is 20 km per hour. Then in that case time will be how much? 60 divided by 20, that is 3 hours. Let's take one more. Suppose now the speed of car is 30 km per hour. So in that case the time will be 2 hours. So now here we can see, as the distance is constant, but depending upon the speed, the time taken by the car varies. And here we can see one more thing. Here the product of, let it be the x and let it be the y, the product of x and y always same. Here 12 times 5 is 60, 10 times 6 is 60, 20 times 3 is 60, 30 times 2 is 60. So if we talk about in terms of x and y, two quantities x and y said to be in direct variation if their product is equal to some constant. In this example, k is 60 km, that is distance is constant, and the speed and time changes, means time is varying depending upon the speed of the car. Or we can say time varies inversely with speed. We will understand it by taking some example. So our first example is, we have one example. We have the x and y are inversely proportional, and in that case we have to find out the value of x1, y1 and y2. As they are inversely proportional, so it means the product of x and y will be equal to some constant. That means 240, we can equate the product of x and y. In that case 240 into y1 will be equal to x1 times 2, that will be equal to 40 times 3, that will be equal to 24 times y2. Now here 40 times 3, now we can equate each of these variable containing terms with 40 times 3. 40 times 3 will be 120. That means 240 times y1 equals to 120. y1 will be 120 divided by 240, we can transpose, and 12 times 2 is 24. That means y1 equals to 1 by 2, or we can write in decimal as 0.5. Again x1 times 2 will be equal to 120, that is 40 times 3. x1 will be 120 divided by 2, that is 60. Now the last one is y2. 24 times y2 will be equal to 120. Now y2 will be equal to 120 divided by 24. That means y2 will be equal to 5. 24 times 5 will be 120. So here we get x1 is equal to 60, y1 equals to 1 by 2 or 0.5, and y2 is equal to 5. As it has been given, x and y are inversely proportional to each other, or they are in indirect variation, so we can equate their products. Another question we have, 6 men can do a piece of work in 5 days, and we have to find out in how many days will 10 men can do it. Obviously, when will we increase the number of men, it will take less days. So here we have two things, that is number of men and number of days. Here we will make the table corresponding to the given data. So number of man, when the number of man is 6, they are taking 5 days. Now when we have 10 men, we have to find out the number of days. Clearly, increase in the number causes a corresponding decrease in the number of days. So it is a indirect variation. So in that case, we can equate their product. That means 6 times 5 will be equal to 10 times x. That case, x will be equal to 6 times 5 divided by 10. Here we can divide 10 by 5, that will be 2, and 6 divided by 2 will be 3. That is, x is equal to 3. That means 10 men will do the work in 3 days. Increase, and why we use the indirect variation? Increase in number of man causes decrease in number of days. So it is a case of indirect variation. Clear? Now let's take some more example. Next example is 630 chocolates were packed equally in 21 boxes, and if 18 chocolates had to be packed in each box, we have to find out the number of boxes required. So first of all, we will find out from the given data how much chocolate were packed initially in each box. So 21 boxes contain 630 chocolates. So in that case, one box or each box will contain, one box contain 630 divided by 21 chocolates, that is 30 chocolates. So initially we were packing 30 chocolates in a bag. Now we have to pack 18 chocolates in a box. That means we will require more number of boxes. Less chocolate in a box will require more boxes. More chocolates in a box will require less boxes. That is, they are inversely proportional. Chocolate and boxes are inversely proportional. So we will make a table by the given data, number of chocolates in each box we have, and we have number of boxes, right? If we have 30 chocolates, so how much boxes we require? 21. That means if we are packing 30 chocolates in each box and we have total 630 chocolate, we are packing it in 21 boxes. Now we have to pack 18 chocolates in each box, and we have to find out total number of boxes that we require. So it is a case of indirect variation. So we will equate their product. 30 times 21 will be equal to 18 times x. Now x will be equal to 30 times 21 divided by 18. So we can solve it. 3 times 7 is 21, or 21 divided by 3 will give us 7, and 18 divided by 3 will give us 6, and 6 times 5 is 30, and 7 times 5 is 35. That means we require 35 boxes if we are packing 18 chocolates in a box. And if we are packing 30 chocolates in a box, we require 21 boxes. Next question we have, a swimming pool can be filled in 8 hours if we are using 4 equal pumps. And we have to find out how much such pumps will be required if pool have to be filled in 16 by 3 hours. So in that case, if we are increasing the number of pumps, then it will decrease the time taken to fill the swimming pool. So this is the case of indirect variation. In this we have two things, that is number of pumps and time taken to fill the swimming pool by these pump. Time taken. We have two things. Number of pumps, we have 4, then it is taking 8 hours. We have to find out the number of pumps if the time taken is 16 by 3 hours. So that means to fill the pool in lesser time, more pumps are required. Right, so this is a case of more pumps are required. So this is a case of indirect variation. So what we can do, we can equate their product. 4 times 8 will be equal to x times 16 by 3. So x will be equal to, we will take 16 by 3 to left hand side. 4 times 8 times 3 divided by 16. That is 4 times 4 is 16, that is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. That means 6 pumps will be required to fill the pool in 16 by 3 hours. Next question we have, in a camp there is a sufficient food for 500 scouts for 21 days. Now in later 250 more scouts join the camp, then we have to find out how long would food last. So here, if the number of people is increasing, we require more food. So here the number of scouts increases, then the number of days for which the food would last will decrease. So this is a case of inverse proportion. As number of scouts are increasing, the food will last in lesser days. Number of scouts and we have number of days, the food will last. Obviously, if we are increasing the number of scouts, the less days, in the less time the food will finish. So in that case we have 500 scouts, then the number of days required to finish the food is 21. And if we have 250 more scouts, that means we have total 750 now, and we have to find out in how many days food will be sufficient. Now this is the case of indirect variation. So in that case 500 times 21 will be equal to 750 times x. Right, here I am showing just the calculation part, or here if you want you can write in sentence why this is a case of indirect variation. X will be equal to 500 times 21 divided by 750. When we solve it, we will get 14. That means if we are increasing the number 250 more scouts in the camp, the number of days required 14, or in 14 days the food will be finished. So in today's lesson I explain indirect variation. This is the completion of the chapter direct and inverse proportion. In some lessons, in some books it is mentioned as direct and indirect variation. And friends, if you have any doubt, if you are not getting anything in my video, you can contact me by writing down on my comment section. And friends, don't forget to like and share my videos. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.